director comes walking out of the ranch with like two of the producers, and he just looks at me and he goes, "Hey man, you waiting for a cab?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Cool." And then he was like, "By the way, you got the job." And I was just like, it was the coolest thing, man. I was
awesome.
like, yes.
That's a great feeling, man.
Isn't that awesome? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, in 2009, when we were testing, or we were auditioning for Vampire Diaries, this was the show to get. I mean, yes, it was on the CW, but this was the show. This was this was basically Twilight of freaking TV. Backed by Warner Brothers, on the CW, and it was Kevin Williamson. And it was like, this thing is gonna go. This thing is gonna be like a rocket ship. And they saw 400 people for our roles. 400 actors. It was brutal for them. In the end, they were just like, "Oh my God, make it stop." But it was crazy. I mean, they run you through the ringer too. You did so many tests and all this stuff. And initially, like, I mean, I've told the story a million times. I did my network. I did the studio test, was amazing. Peter, the whole room was so warm and awesome. And I bombed my network test. When the first, like, because all these TV executives, they don't care that you're there. And Kevin Williamson was like, after the first take, he's like, guys, give us a second. He walks down, we walk out the door, and he goes, "Well, that sucked." And I just went, "I know, dude." He's like, "What happened?" "Just do what you did earlier this morning." But I like went home, I had a B12 shot, like in my ass, I drank a bunch of coffee. You know, I was like, I think I was just too hyped up and I couldn't drop in. And at the end of the day, like Leslie Moonves, who's now gone, saw the tape and he was like, "I'm not buying it, I'm gonna retest it." And so I get a call from my team and they're like, "So, not really sure what happened in that room, but Les is gonna retest and you're gonna have to test against someone else." And I went, "Oh shit, okay." And so I went back and there was this dude in there. It's like blonde haired dude that Don Ostro wanted.
I know he is. A friend of mine.
Travis something? Yeah. He was so trying to be so cool. I'm sure he's a cool dude.
Big guy.
He was trying to be like super cool and like psych me out and stuff. And he was, I guess, out all night. He's like, "Oh man, I was out all night, such a hangover." And he did read booze. But I didn't know if he did like the Paul Newman thing and this thing, you know, where you like pretend.
Yeah, because he doesn't really drink.
So and this guy was like trying to psych me out. And he's this super handsome blonde dude. And I looked at this guy and I was like, no. This is not your role. No. This is my role. And I walked in there and I shut the door. I was like, "Everybody good? Camera's rolling? All right, let's go." And I just dialed in and I was like, boom, 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 boom. And when it was done, everyone looked at me like this. And I went, and I walked out and I got the call a week later. I was like biting teeth, and that's the time they called. The time that Melissa and Craig called me, they're like, "So, you want to be a vampire?" And I was so over at that point. I was like, "Did it go through? We're good? We're good?" And they're like, "Yeah, aren't you excited?" I was like, "I'm just relieved." "All right, when do I leave?" They're like, 2 days. It was wild. So that was,
We gotta go.
oh, we gotta go?
Yeah.
Hey.